Hello, hello. So, I can be heard, and that must mean it is Friday night. It is time for the Extreme Improv Xstreamed World Championship Festival to really get going. I notice there's a slight time delay on me. That is because I'm very silly and I'm using my snap cam, and I shouldn't be because it is evil. It is something which is usually reserved for people from Canada, and that is very fitting because tonight we will be having the fantastic guest show, Good News Toronto. And so now I'm going to hand it over. Corey, get ready everyone for Good News Toronto.
Hello and welcome to Good News Toronto. I'm Corey Birch.
I'm Linda Julia Palucci.
I'm Shuey.
You're Shuey.
I'm Shuey.
Shuey.
My name.
Great. And tonight, folks, we'd like to honor our friends at Extreme Improv. Thank you so much for having us. And as such, we would like to do a little bit of improv on tonight's show. So if chat, if you can hear my voice, go ahead and write a word into the chat right now. Any word is right. There's no wrong answers. So please write a word into the chat now. Thank you.
Now it's time to get this shit started with tonight's top story.
Tonight's top story.
Okay, in an attempt to encourage vaccinations, the Teletubbies Twitter account announced that all 4 of the Tubbies have been vaccinated. My question is, who is this for? Babies? They aren't on Twitter and they can't get the vaccine. Is it for people who grew up watching the Teletubbies? Because they're too old to be influenced by the Teletubbies. And if they are being influenced by the Teletubbies, they shouldn't be in charge of these types of decisions. I think this was a real dipshit idea.
A recent study finds that the board game that causes the most fights amongst families is Monopoly. However, a related study found that the game that leads to the most long-term family tension is the game of life.
Oof, that's too real. Kraft Dinner has released a new mac and cheese flavored ice cream, which sounds disgusting, but you have to remember that it is.
The police broke up a criminal ring that was smuggling meth and peanuts. Call me old-fashioned, but this smuggling ring sounds pretty nuts.
In an attempt to gain more woke customers, drug dealers are ethically sourcing their cocaine. It sounds silly, but because to be fair, all cocaine customers are inherently pretty woke.
I get it, because it's a higher, I get
It's an
it.
upper, yeah.
Right, instead of downer.
Not a downer.
Yeah, I do drugs, I know. In other news, so many drugs. In other news, the state of Tennessee has stopped promoting vaccines of any sort to its citizens, which makes sense when you remember the state motto, Tennessee, home of the third wave of COVID and polio and Ebola.
Last week, a passenger on an American Airlines flight was duct taped to her seat after attempting to open one of the plane's doors. In response, the woman said, "I've had it with this motherfucking tape on this motherfucking plane."
Very timely. Researchers have found that weird dreams can help us cope with the stresses of everyday life. It makes sense because my recurring dream of wetting myself in my grade 4 math class really helped me cope with wetting myself when I tried filing my taxes by myself.
Every April. A recent report alleges in 2016, Vladimir Putin tried to destabilize the U.S. by getting a, quote, mentally unstable Trump elected, which isn't fair. Trump is also physically unstable. I mean, have you seen him walk down a ramp?
He's very unstable.
I almost said tramp. I don't know why. Walk down a ramp.
She's also very unstable. Her internet connection. Yeah, and that has been the headlines, folks. Now, the chat, you guys are putting a bunch of words into the chat for us. Thank you so much for that. But now let's bring up the rest of the cast up on stage, our UK cast, and as they are coming on stage in the chat right now, please tell us any good news that you've had in the last little while. And this is like legitimately good news. Like if you got engaged, it was your birthday, anything like that, put that in the chat right now, and we will use that for our next game. But we will start with our first game, which is a game that fans of Extreme will know as Verbatim. How this game works is that one of our players is going to give... we can't... I don't know if Danny's trying to talk, but we can't hear him. They're going to give a news report, a 30-second news report on one of our suggestions that you folks have given us. And then, subsequently, one of the other performers will recreate that news report verbatim. You'll see as we go along how it works. But first of all, we've got the word milk. So, Hannah, if you could give us a 30-second report on milk, and I will spotlight you, and your time starts right now.
In today's news, milk. What is it really made of? People are scared at the colour and the thickness of milk. Cows want their milk back, and so do many other milk-based creatures. Plants also give milk off, which makes things even more interesting. Plants or cows? This is the true conundrum.
And 3 more seconds.
Thank you.
Fantastic. All right, now, Shuyi, you will have 50 seconds to perfectly recreate Hannah's news report on milk. And here you go.
Milk. What is it? People are very scared of this consistency and color. It is white and it is thick. Cows want it back because it originated from them. Plants also want it back because it also gives off milk. So plants or animals, that is the choice. People?
2 more seconds.
Thank you.
1 more second.
Stay at the end.
Great. Okay. Linda, if you recreate Shuyi's recreation of Hannah's original news report, I will spotlight you for the haters.
For the haters?
Yeah.
Milk. It is what everyone's talking about. They're afraid of it. They don't know where it's coming from. It's thick, it's white, but it ain't come. So, what are we to do with this milk situation? Plants also give milk. So what are we going to do? Is it milk or is it plants or animals? I am personally frightened about this situation. Thank you.
2 more seconds.
The end.
Great.
Timing!
Linda, everybody. That was great. And now we will have Hannah recreate Linda's recreation of Shuyi's recreation of your original news report. And go.
Milk, that is what everybody is talking about right now. Milk, because it's from cows, but it's also from plants, and that is confusing. I like milk, and it's definitely not cum. That's what people are more interested in, the consistency, the color, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, milk, plants, cows. Cows want the milk back. That's the kind of issue. Fear is in my soul. Thank you.
And that is time. That's great. Everybody can come on back on screen. Come on back on. That's a regular expression. Great. Thank you for all the good news. Now we're going to play a game that I like to call Good News, Bad News. It's a Good News Toronto original. I'm probably not. We probably stole it from somebody. So we will give you give us the good news, we give you the bad news. So, for example, it'll go something like, good news, I finally got a haircut. Bad news, it was by Boris Johnson's barber. So our first piece of good news is that my husband and I are expecting a baby. Okay, I'll go first. Good news. My husband and I are expecting a baby. Bad news, it's not mine. Danny.
Good news, your husband and you are expecting a baby. Bad news, it's a baby sham that he ordered.
Good news, you're having a baby. Bad news, it's Rosemary's baby. Great. Hannah.
Good news, you're having a baby. Bad news, it's Boris Johnson.
Great. Linda.
Good news, you're having a baby. Bad news, it's gonna grow up one day. And too fast.
Yeah, Hannah.
Good news, you're having a baby. Bad news, it's going to financially destroy you and cause a load of depression. You probably want to end it.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Before it gets too dark, we're moving on to I got a hamster. Good news, I got a hamster. Bad news, it was from Richard Gere. I don't know if you guys know about that.
I was gonna make a Richard Gere joke, but I was like, do people still know that? But
yeah, Kat.
Good news, you got a hamster. Bad news, it will probably die in 2 years.
Yep. That's it. Yeah, Shuyi.
Good news, you got a hamster. Bad news, your snake only eats rats.
Hannah.
You hungry?
Good news, you got a hamster. Bad news, it's actually a guinea pig.
Like a test guinea pig. I get it. Danny.
Good news, you're getting a hamster. Bad news, it's not the furry you were wanting.
Great. Linda.
good news, you're getting a hamster. Bad news, it's because your husband doesn't want a baby.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Yes, Hannah.
Good news, you're getting a hamster. Bad news is Boris Johnson.
Okay, we got another one. I got laid twice. Wow. Thank you so much for that, Michael. Good news, I got laid twice. Bad news, it was off. Laid off.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
I thought of the same thing.
So yeah, Linda.
Good news, I got laid twice. Bad news, it was in French. Means
Julie.
Good news, I got laid twice. Bad news, my right hand is really sore now.
Yeah. Yeah, Hannah, bring it home.
News, I got laid twice. Bad news, I broke the pump.
Okay. Yeah, good news, I got laid twice. Bad news, it was by Boris Johnson.
Hey!
That's how you bring it around, kids. Okay, thank you. That's been good news, bad news. And now, folks, we have a very special award adjacent segment that we like to call WTF UK.
WTF UK. So it's just what the fuck then, isn't it?
All right. So take it away, our UK cast.
So this summer, each British pub goer must drink 124 pints to make up for losses due to shutdown. So cheers, we've begun.
That doesn't count, Danny. You have to buy it at the pub.
Oh, right. Anyways.
A judge ruled a Newcastle man should have been fired for going to the pub after calling in sick for work. However, going to the pub to do work on your screenplay is still a felony.
A recent interview revealed that UK actress Cara Delevingne has a vagina-shaped tunnel in her home. Not to be outdone, Rowan Atkinson announced he has a closet shaped like a beanhole. Quite small, actually.
That's true. Due to the shutdown, there is a 3-year wait to see the dentist in the UK. And I mean, honestly, can anyone tell? Wow. Fuck you, Corey.
A British man broke the Guinness record in M&Ms, stacking by stacking 5 M&Ms. which seems like an insignificant record, but you must remember the real challenge was not eating the chocolate before they were counted.
Very true. But let's get serious now, guys, because in football, England lost the Euro Cup to Italy, and as a result, some of the England players received unnecessary racist abuse from football fans online. However, you can't call those people real football fans. They're more like spotted dicks. What, Corey? Oh, sorry, it's a UK dessert, spotted dicks. It basically makes them sound like you like sweet. You like sweet, like tastes good, like, you know. But they're not, because the truth is, these people aren't real football fans. They're just a bunch of idiotic, twisted twats. Period.
Half of Europeans say they'd be open to handing the government over to automated intelligence. Frankly, if it was only the Brits, surveyed would be 100% because we just want some form of intelligence in government.
Yeah. A man in the UK broke another record, being the first man to break his penis vertically during a sex. You know, kind of probably an orgy, actually. It's a medical first, basically, and we'd like to congratulate that man, Danny George. Congratulations, Danny.
Give it up for Danny. And that has been WTF UK, everybody. And for our next game, Hannah, could you take off? And no, not just yourself.
You know, say it nicely, Corey. Go on.
Get out of here. Okay, so Hannah will be giving us a press conference, but she will be doing it not as herself, but as a character. So in the chat right now, if you could give us a character from fiction, a celebrity, a politician, anything like that right now. Also, why they're giving a press conference and where they did it. So please, in the chat now, give us all that. In the meantime, folks, the premier of Ontario, the place where Toronto is, he recently said that he was not going to mandate vaccinations for healthcare workers, which is ridiculous. That'd be like letting firefighters choose whether or not they use a hose. Great. Okay, so she is going to be Mr. Magoo. It looks like Mr. Magoo that we have. All right, and now where was she?
Mr. Magoo.
Mr. Magoo. Does everybody know who that is? Maybe we should choose somebody else. Okay. You know what? Okay, we've got Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny, all right.
Okay, Bugs Bunny, that might be a bit easier. Giving a press conference, apologizing for Space Jam 2. And then she's going to be in, let's say, Paris. Okay? Do we got that? Bugs Bunny. Apologizing. And she's in Paris. And I'll see if she can come back. Anna! I messaged her in the side chat, so hopefully she does. Anyways, folks, in honor of this UK show, I'm drinking a Earl Grey wheat.
Oh, wow. Nice. Love that. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out today. It really does mean a lot to me. I've been under a lot of stress recently, and it's just all got on top of me. So I really just wanted to spill my heart out. Open questions. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what you have to say for your cartoonish antics.
Listen, everyone has bad days, you know, and I can't help it if I'm an introverted extrovert. So, yeah. Yes, next. Yes.
Yes. Did you ever figure out what is up with Doc?
Yeah, he has hemorrhoids.
Oh.
Oh.
That's a shame.
And anyone else? Yes.
I hear you have a very strong bias when it comes to the tortoise and the hare story. Do you care to comment on that?
Yeah, I mean, the whole logic behind the tortoise and the hare story, it doesn't resonate very well with me, you know, like, because the hare would win because it's faster, you know, like, it's a bit weird.
You're just letting your bias show, I think.
Yes, anyone else? Yeah, again.
So there's a problem I hear where you come from with bed bugs. What would you care to say to that?
Bed bugs.
Bed bugs.
Bugs. Yeah, I don't have a very good relationship with bugs. They tend to really get on my nerves. They kind of always in the way and really annoying, to be honest with you.
Quick question over here. So many people, when they ingest the amounts of carrots that you do, their skin tends to turn orange. How do you manage that? You know, with the amount of carrots that you ingest each day, that you hold all the time.
I just think carrots are really good for you, and they help you see in the dark, and they're also really good for your teeth as well. And for me in particular, I think they're just really tasty. Yes, guy with cap.
Yeah, so just a quick question here. So there's been a very sort of pungent smell around here. I just wondered, are you a stinker?
Yes. I cause plenty of smells. It is an issue I'm looking into. Yeah.
What is this? Some kind of Looney Tune press conference you're holding here? I just want to clarify.
It is a complete Looney Tune conference, and it's just gonna get weirder. Just wait until you see the next guy who's coming in. He's a bit of a duck.
I mean, first of all, we got to get to the bottom of what you did.
Well, I just want to apologize for it. You know.
You should. That's very good.
Yeah. Did Michael Jordan want to do the second one?
Michael Jordan. Yeah, he did. He was quite adamant. Actually, it was his idea
to do the second one. Okay.
Yeah, to do this, to do the second one, and we had a shoot off, and I basically said, you know, if you get it in the basket a few times, let's say 3 times, then we'll do it. And we did it. I'm really hungry. Has anyone got a carrot?
Yes. But I mean, you eat so many of them. It's just, I kind of want to keep mine.
Okay.
Sorry, just for my my personal record, what was your name again? I need to get it spelled out there.
My name?
Yeah.
It's Bugs Bunny.
Oh, great. Okay, fantastic.
Yeah. Lady.
Why would you make the girl bunny less sexy? The sexy lady bunny was the best part of the first movie.
Because times are changing, Doc, and to be quite honest with you, I wanted other young bunny girls to look at her and think, actually, sexy is not sexy.
Boo.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify, you're apologizing for...
I'm apologizing for the whole thing, for the whole production, really, of it.
Was there any discussion that where you made the second one to make it an actual, you know, like out of Earth, like outer space?
In space, yeah. I mean, that's the whole point of Space Jam.
Yay! Okay. But you didn't film this in just a regular place, okay? You went to a very fancy city.
Yeah, we went to a few. Went to Italy, and we went to Greece, and
Italy?
Italy is fancy.
It was a city, though.
It was a city. There's probably something like Paris.
Amazing. Bugs Bunny apologizing for making Space Jam in Paris. I think that's a Kanye West song.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Got my Space Jam in Paris, and we're going gorillas. Okay, now, before we leave you folks, we have got time for one last game. It's a game we like to call Sex With Me. So in the chat right now, just write any UK-centric, Toronto-centric, anything that is on your mind, and we will tell you how that's like sex with us. So, for example, sex with me is like English dessert, because it'll involve a spotted dick.
You can get cream for that, you know.
I mean, also, Hannah, if I may, you can get cream from that, too.
You had to go there. Honest to God. Is it milk or is it milk?
Okay.
Discharge jokes.
These are the questions that haunt me.
Okay, we got sex with me is like a bulldog. Sex with me is like a bulldog. It's going to be rough. Yeah, Hannah.
Sex with me is like a bulldog. It's head to toe British.
Yep. Linda.
Sex with me is like a bulldog. You're not sure if it's cute or not.
Shuyi.
Sex with me is like a bulldog. It's gonna be slobbery and wobbly.
Yeah, Danny.
Sex with me is like a bulldog. You'll be saying, "Oh yes."
Okay, after it.
Hannah.
Sex with me is like a bulldog. Short.
We've got Big Ben. Sex with me is like Big Ben. There's gonna involve some bells. That's nothing. Okay, Danny.
Sex with me is like Big Ben. It comes every hour.
Okay. Yeah, Anna.
Sex with me is like Big Ben. Big.
Yeah, Danny.
Sex with me is like Big Ben. Everyone across the whole city can hear it.
Linda.
Sex with me is like Big Ben. If it's your first time, you're gonna go see it.
Yeah. Hannah.
Sex with me is like Big Ben. Only happens in London.
Yeah. Okay, we're moving on to Margaret Thatcher. Yeah. Hannah.
Sex with me is like Margaret Thatcher. The lady will not be turned.
That's the only thing I know about Margaret Thatcher.
Hannah.
Sex with me is like Margaret Thatcher. It'll be hard like iron.
Sex with me is like Margaret Thatcher. It's gonna be cold. She's a cold woman, right? Okay, Danny.
Probably not going to get away with this one. Sex with me is like Margaret Thatcher. It is not popular with minors.
Yeah. Shuyi.
Sex with me is like Margaret Thatcher. You'll get a detailed report of how you did afterwards.
Yeah, Hannah.
Sex with me is like Margaret Thatcher. I'll take away your milk.
Linda.
Sex with me is like Margaret Thatcher. The repercussions will be felt for years.
Okay. Sex with these Yorkshire puddings is the next one. Sex with me is like Yorkshire puddings. It's best when served with gravy. Hannah.
Sex with me is like a Yorkshire pudding. Deep, hot, and sticky.
Danny.
Sex with me is like a Yorkshire pudding because if you're lucky, you might find a toad in the hole.
Sex Sex with me is like Yorkshire pudding. It's best when you have it at home. Linda.
Sex with me is like Yorkshire pudding. Eggy, but not too eggy.
Yeah, Hannah.
Sex with me is like a Yorkshire pudding. It's better when it happens in Yorkshire.
Sex with me is like Yorkshire pudding. I'm not really sure how to do it, but it tastes good.
There it is.
Okay, we've got James Bond. Sex with me is like James Bond. Historically white. But it's time to change that. Shu Yi.
Sex with me is like James Bond. I've got lots of gadgets.
Gadgets? Cat.
Sex with me is like James Bond, shaken but not stirred.
Linda.
Sex with me is like James Bond. It's a different bird every time.
Yeah. Hannah.
Sex with me is like James Bond. I'll make you 007 times.
That was good. Okay, last one. Harry Potter. Sex with me is like Harry Potter. It's gonna involve some scarring. Danny.
Sex with me is like Harry Potter because you'll end up with Hogwarts.
Hannah.
Sex with me is like Harry Potter. It involves plenty of wands.
Yeah. Danny.
Sex with me is like Harry Potter. We'll only do it under the stairs.
Great. Yeah, Hannah.
Sex with me is like Harry Potter. Get to ride your broom.
Yeah. Linda.
Sex with me is like Harry Potter. Nerds love it.
Yes, Hannah.
Sex with me is like Harry Potter. I could leave you looking like Voldemort.
I don't know. Yes, Shu Yi.
Sex with me is like Harry Potter. It's magical and sometimes slightly inappropriate.
Sex with me is like Harry Potter. It's going to involve Alan Rickman.
Aww.
Corpse is corpse. It's fine. Danny.
Sex with me is like Harry Potter because I'm going to let you slither in.
And there we go. Thank you so much. That has been a version of Good News Toronto. We want to give a big shout out to Extreme Improv. You can visit them at xstreamed.tv for everything and the full schedule of their tournament. Also, Good News Toronto is doing their own show. You can see it at fringetoronto.com. You can buy tickets now for that. Thank you so much. David, anything else from you? Oh, Jesus.
Right. Right, I'm back.
Milk, David. Milk.
Right, that was awesome, guys. Great show. Really enjoyed that. That was truly good news. Anything else from me? You kind of nailed it already there. So find the full schedule for the festival at xstreamed.tv. I still have this filter on, which is a Corey thing generally. But everyone check out, there are workshops, there's stand-up comedy, there's pre-recorded shows, there's live shows, there's special shows, there's going to be the World Championship Festival. So many shows going to be throughout like the next 3 weeks, 50 plus shows. See the full schedule there. That's all I've basically got to say about that. There you go, you've snap filtered me. So, yeah.
All right.
Awesome, guys. So, they're in the same room. That still freaks me out.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks, David. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, everyone. Good night. Boom. You're off the air.
It was fun. Thank you all for